The year is nearing its end, and if we were to eulogize 2024, we'd say this has been the brattiest year on record. And this is not an insult, even if it sounds like one, because for about a century, the word brat has been used to describe a child who behaves badly. But this year, the word was redefined, thanks to British pop star Charli XCX. She sang about women who don't conform. She called them brat, and the word went viral. It became a rage among Gen Z. US presidential candidate Kamala Harris gave her social media a brat rebrand. Collins Dictionary called it the word of the year. So now brat describes admirable traits. It screams confidence and independence. But that is not the only word to undergo a Gen Z makeover and make it to the Linguistic Hall of Fame. Another word is demure. It means quiet, shy, or well-behaved. It is usually used to describe women. But thanks to a viral TikTok, internet fame knocked on the demure door. This year, its usage surged by 1,200%. It had 200 times more searches on dictionary.com, so the online dictionary made a very mindful choice and declared demure its word of the year. So demure is an overnight celebrity now. It has taken on new life and is being used in satire, mainly for mocking stereotypical femininity, and apparently also for cancelling student debt in the US. But you know what's hardly demure, hardly mindful? Another word that has joined this exclusive club: Enshittification. Australia's Macquarie Dictionary has declared it the word of the year. Enshittification describes the feeling that things are getting progressively worse in the economy, in politics, and especially in all things digital. Like a once useful micro-blogging site that was enshittified by a tech bro takeover. Don't call us out, that's a totally made-up example. But do you know what else feels really made up? A word turned viral trend / conspiracy theory turned word of the year by the Cambridge Dictionary. I'm talking about manifest, meaning to imagine achieving something and believing that the idea alone will make it come to life. It may sound like a cult manifesto, but manifest has been looked up about 130,000 times this year. This word got about the same celebrity endorsements as Kamala Harris's campaign. So these are the 4 big winners this year. But some other words were in the running as well, like delulu or delusional, kind of like Pakistan's Imran Khan's protest expectations. Or mid, meaning you can't really complain about something, but it gives you no joy. Like working at JP Morgan, where your CEO champions a 3.5-day work week, but you still have to work from Monday to Friday. Then there is the Taylor Swift-inspired era, meaning a distinct period in life or career, like Justin Trudeau's poorly timed Swiftie era. Or brain rot, which is the inability to think clearly after consuming too much low-quality content. We imagine that's what North Korean soldiers are going through in Russia after discovering the internet and porn. Love or hate these words, one thing is clear: Gen Z has successfully yassified the dictionary. The English vocabulary includes roughly 1 million words, yet all the crowned words of this year are a sign of these digital times. If you wonder, does anyone actually use these words? Aren't they degrading the language? Can anyone understand them without an explanation? If you wonder all these things, you're not off the mark. But lexicographers, or the people who put dictionaries together, are increasingly looking at social media, because that's where words are building momentum, taking a life of their own, shaping movements and influencing everything from pop culture to politics. So you're not delulu if you think that these notable words are less about linguistics and more about a vibe. The situation is mid, but the young are brat enough to ignore this existentialism. Since the beginning of time, young people have found exclusive terms to describe the world they live in. This is the circle of life, you could say. And words of the year celebrate this linguistic variation to a ridiculous degree, or what we may call a very demure, very mindful, great enshittening.